Evening all, and welcome back to Factory Town. So we left off last time with our research progressing, and we are very nearly complete. Our farming is almost done, and that will mean wonderful things. In fact, there it is, complete. Research complete, farming, awesome. And we've unlocked the farm and a few other buildings, and the tutorial is done. So yeah, awesome. Right. So that means we now on our own. We're no longer being guided by the hand of tutorials. The grain mill is actually struggling a bit to deal with the grain that it's getting, but it will run out of grain fairly soon, so we do need to fix that. I also need to have a look at how I'm going to exactly build this town out. Things are going to get moved around. That's for definite. Things are definitely going to get moved around. I may well ignore the fact that the market can that you need to put things in the right areas and just have like a general store and a market, things like that, just feeding all the houses. What I think I might do is put houses all the way along the coast. Might be an idea. That sort of thing, maybe when I clear this whole area out. But anyway, let's do some more research here. Basic logistics would help in giving us conveyor belts. Conveyor belts are very, very useful. They're like chutes, but can move level 2 items and can also go up hills and things. That's pretty cool. Animal pastures are very useful. We will need that for the farm. I'll show. I think we'll do that. We'll do animal pastures next, and that can go along. We've already got enough books or enough writing equipment to do that completely, I think. So that'll be fine. Obviously, the lumber mill still provides paper to the school, even when it's not research or anything, so that's fine. So we need to build a farm to supply the grain mill because it's about to run out. So I think there's a good place to put the farm, and we can eat the resources around it very soon. So let's do that. I do want to figure out how to turn off the press period on the help menu to end tutorial. Where is the help menu? Help. There we go. Right. There we go. Bring it up and press period on the keyboard. Okay. So that gets out of the way. So we've unlocked the farm, and I think that was it, wasn't it? Or did we unlock the workshop as well? No, we had a workshop. Okay. So the farm produces grain, but requires water and farmland around it. Water is the big thing. I don't know how I can get water to the farm. Let me pause the game for a moment here. If I'm going to put the farm there, getting water to it's going to be a real pain. I'd have to dig a tunnel up there, and digging costs money. Costs lots of money. So I could put the farm in there instead, a little bit closer. We'd have to get rid of those herbs. No, I think I'll put the farm up here. I'll put the farm up here. I'll put it away from the stone. We can remove the trees later. That's fine. There we go. Okay. So we want to grab some chutes and do that, and remove these chutes because they're not required. Right, so to provide the farm with water, because we don't have a water supply, we'd have to dig in a canal, which I will do. I would like to dig in a canal and have like a designated farming area, but right now, because we've got all these resources in the way, I don't want to do that. I want to use the resources rather than remove them. So, yep, so what we'll do is we will build a well. A well produces water. It does exactly what it says in the tin. I'm not sure why it's got an area effect and an arrow. It doesn't automatically produce water. Well, it does automatically produce water, but it doesn't output water. You have to have a worker do that job for you. So I'm going to say you take water buckets and put it in there. We'll go and do that, and you'll see the farm currently isn't doing anything because it needs water. It will come along. And he will take water and put it in the farm. which is awesome. And it does look like he's actually doing a good job there. Oh, sorry, did not mean to do that. Right, there we go. And the farm produces grain, as you can see. Now, to upgrade the farm, you of course can put workers in it, like with every building. You can add workers to it and make it go faster. Or you can put down farm tiles. Farm tiles are in structure blocks, right at the bottom, but they require fertilizer. And fertilizer requires an animal pasture, and an animal pasture requires animal feed. The animal feed comes from the grain mill. So we've got that established there. We do need to unlock the animal pasture, which we are doing here with 2 points away from it. That's almost perfect timing. So you see, we'll complete this one here, and boom, there we go. Animal pasture complete. And I think I shall set that onto forestry. That's probably going to be the next useful one. We'll let that go. Right. Workers, come over here. Oh, there is another thing you can do. You can click and just click anywhere to get them to move. You can see, I'm telling you that. Or you can press M for the move key, and then you can literally just pick them up and move around. So, for instance, if I wanted to move them over there, they got to walk all the way around. But if I use the M key, I can just put them over there. It's a lot easier, particularly when you're dealing with carts and things. It can be sometimes easier to just pick the cart up and move it. I suppose you could micromanage things. You could tell a cart to pick up, like there with the stone brick. I could tell it to pick up all the stone. And then when it's got stone in it, I could pick it up and move it, which would be quicker. But that's really micromanaging things tiny. We have run out of stone. That is a problem. Yeah, that stone is a problem. We do need stone. Might get these workers to do that. Might get the workers to grab some more stone. What I'm going to do, actually, as a temporary little thing, I'm going to build a ramp over things. And this is something that somebody mentioned on the YouTube comment for the first episode. I cannot remember your name, sorry. Brain. But the stairs may well be for workers only. It does say down the bottom, it says allows workers to climb up one level, but won't be for carts. So I don't know why that would be useful. I suppose there are reasons for it. Suppose it could also be useful for here, for instance. You know, if you've got steep terrain, you could put it in to allow workers to climb up. Maybe it's fast of them. I don't know. But we have forestry unlocked. So I'll leave that for a minute. We'll leave that for a minute. We've got forestry done as well. Don't want to get ahead of myself. Right. So I need to build a ramp. If I build a road ramp, I have to actually come back 2 blocks. Move out of the way. Move out of the way. Right. Let's build a scaffold block. Keep it side. Press tab to switch over to the angled version of it, and R to rotate it. So tab switches between the ramp and the block. And then and I'll show you this here because I don't know whether it actually will do it or not. If I put that there, it blocks it. You see, it blocks it from moving. It stops it moving completely. Whereas if I put in the wooden arch, which doesn't have the bottom piece, as I explained, I think the first episode, you'll see items go straight under it. So that's the only difference. If you're going up too high there, you could put a scaffold block in, it wouldn't matter. But that just gives you a little bit more option. And we'll put a road over that so people can walk over it. Okay, and I shall run over to there. Because I'm going to tell these workers to actually grab this stone and go over there with it. And I'm purposely avoiding using wagons to grab resources. I am pretty confident that's a bug, that they're not supposed to do that, so I don't want to be using that. Do still need stone, I think, going into the base. I'm not sure. We'll cross that when we come to it. Yeah, In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going off on one here. I'm not actually doing what I said I was going to do to start with. I'm going to put a crate down. Crate down there. And you workers can go into the crate. I know they could go into oh. Did you do there? I know they could go onto a chute and I could have a chute going over to there, but if I do a crate, then I can have this way I can go backwards and forwards. I don't have to cross chutes and things like that. It's make life a little bit simpler for myself, I think. Although it's apparently not, because you're going to have to walk around because you get blocked by workers. They can store 20. Okay. Okay, that's probably not working, but anyway, the farm. That's what we were doing. We were doing the farm. We were getting onto the farm. In fact, that's now completely blocked. That wagon can't get there at all. Okay. Go away. New concrete to there. Concrete. Take the chest to there, and I'm going to say put one on that side. Then we'll go to that one instead. Yeah, right. Okay. So yes, the farm. The farm requires farm tiles. That's where I was getting to. And to build farm tiles, you require fertilizer. We also have unlocked trees because we've unlocked our research. So to get fertilizer, we need to build a pasture. There is a pasture. Pasture requires 30 stone. We do actually need stone. Would you believe it? Would you believe it? Get you and stone to the base. Okay, because we do need stone now. Kind of full on planks. Fine. Not worried about that. In fact, you can take planks to the general store temporarily, and then you can feed people that. We will lose the red coins for that. We won't get as many red coins. But it will still keep our happiness up. And happiness is important because the higher the happiness you have, the more production your people produce. See, it says 106%. That means this is getting a 106% base bonus. So this would be 6% normally, and it's getting a 1% bonus because it's 107. See, now it's 8%. That's gone up. So that's cool. Right. Why am I having such difficulty dragging things? There we go. Right, and I can remove that there. There we go. Right, so, okay, let me stop getting distracted. Sorry. Pasture. Pasture requires stone. That's what I was waiting for. We get some stone. That's fine. Let's go. Right. Yeah. So, a pasture is also one of those items that requires water. It needs water to be make anything. It can be supplied from a well, so I think I'm going to do that here. Temporarily. Does need animal feed as well, which is a problem. But we will get to a stage where this is all. It's going to be slow to start with. It's going to be slow to start with, and then we'll get to a stage where it will work at a later pace. Later date. Right. So if I put it behind. Oh no, I don't want to put it behind there. I want to put it anywhere really. Again, for a temporary measure, it can just go anywhere. They can all be moved later. That's not really a problem. So if I put that there, once we get them all. Need 4 more stone. Come on. Come on. Right. I tell you what, we'll build a grain mill because we need a grain mill. There. And we'll then build a barn, which requires 10 stone as well. Wow, and a grain mill requires stone. Everything requires stone. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Okay. We really are struggling for stone. Really are struggling for stone. You take the stone down there. That can rely on other stuff for the minute. It's a much more efficient way to do this. I know there is a much more efficient way, but... Okay, so we have the stone to actually progress now. I put in another road here, thinking maybe my carts will use that. And they just go round. Carts also don't seem to be slowed down by going on grass anymore. Maybe that's a thing. I don't know. Maybe wagons are just completely broken. I'm not sure. But the things we need to get a pasture working. We need obviously the pasture itself. So let's start with the pasture. Let's put down a pasture. There it is. And I'll put it down there and I'll face it that way. I think that's what I want to do. Yes, we'll put the pasture down. Okay. A pasture will make wool, leather, beef or milk. Beef and milk can both be sold by the food warehouse and they will give you wonderful things. Beef and then cooked beef and milk. Where milk is? There's milk. Milk gives you 6. Okay. Maybe we should make some beef. Would increase our red stock. I'm not sure. What does that need? That requires 4 animal feed. Okay. So yeah, we'll make wool. We'll make wool. Wool is later on used for clothing. Can be sold. And you can just sell wool. Cool for 2. That's okay. That works. That works pretty well. Happy with that. Okay. So the pasture is set to make wool. It requires animal feed and water. Well, water we can do by grabbing a well. Let's grab a well and put it in just next to it. So we will also need to grab a worker. We're kind of full on workers, so I'm going to have to take somebody off something. Gonna go with stone. Let's take you off stone. Come on. You are to take water and put it in there. No, it's been difficult dragging things. There we go. Okay, so you're taking water and putting it in there. I'm not sure why you're walking around to the path, and you could just stay on that tile there. But whatever. Yeah. So it also needs animal feed. Animal feeds are produced by the grain mill. It requires grain to do. I'm going to build a second grain mill for this. I can't because we are full on workers. Okay. So I either need to delete some workers or build or upgrade some more houses. Upgrading houses will obviously give me more workers, but will affect my happiness if you don't feed them enough. I mean, right now it's giving me 1 happiness, they give me 2. And if I was to upgrade it to level 3, it would, I think, still just give me 1 happiness, but my overall happiness would be lower because it's based on the average. So instead, I'm going to build some more houses. We'll put 2 in. I think. Yeah, oh, apparently I can build there. Ah, I automatically put scaffold block. Oh yes. If you build on uneven terrain, it will automatically put blocks underneath it to level it out. So yes, and there is something apparently you can do where you can actually build up. I believe you can go up and put scaffold blocks on top of buildings, and then put another building on top of one. Not done that. Kind of work with houses, I suppose. Wouldn't really work with anything else. But yeah. So we've got some more houses down. That means we've got some more workers. So we can put down our grain mill. I should just copy that one. Face that way. And we can then build our grain mill back here. And we can get this all working, although it would have to be sort of manually fed to start with. So let's put in a chute there. That means the grain mill goes out. Interestingly, that's actually a green arrow, that's a red arrow. So that must mean that the grain mill can output onto conveyors, onto chutes, but the other bits can't. That's wrong. That's wrong. I've done something wrong there. Hold on. What have I done wrong here? That should not be grain mill. That should be a barn. That's what I want a barn there. There we go. Put a barn down. Okay. So you now output to the barn, and then the barn doesn't output to anything because it doesn't. So we need to hire some more people. Let's hire 2 people. Let's switch this grain mill onto animal feed. We will say grab this grain and put it in there. Do it, please. Okay. And then we're going to have to hire another person. And we're going to have to hire another 2 people. 1 and 2. You're going to have to take grain and put it into there. And you are going to take fertilizer and wool. Now, to get one person to take 2 items out, you can actually choose this option here. You've got the green or the red. You can take the individual item there, but if you've got multiple outputs, you can select like the red one, and I can drag that out and go there. You see it's got both icons. Now he will, or she, I don't know, will then grab either wool or fertilizer. I believe they prioritize wool and then do the fertilizer. I believe it's from top down. So that sort of order. So if I say you are going to be animal feed, so that's never going to fill that one up. And then you 2 can be wool, and you can be whatever's required. Okay, and that will give us some fertilizer. Not a lot, but it is giving us some fertilizer. That's a system that is kind of working. We can speed it up later by automating it with farms and other bits and pieces, but for now, what we need to do is actually put down some blocks so this farm can do things. So if we go into our structural blocks and go down to farm tiles, that costs 2 fertilizer a go. We got 10 fertilizer, so we put 5 in. So anywhere within the yellow area, it can affect the farm. It can help the farm grow. So we'll go 2, 3, 4, 5, and we can't afford a 6th one yet. We need to wait for another fertilizer. 6. There we go. So that has now increased the farm speed to 47%, above normal. So it's going faster, and the water is keeping up, which I'm impressed with. On the previous builds, the well couldn't keep up with supplying a farm, and obviously that is now feeding things much faster going through. We've got some more fertilizer, so see that's 47%. If I grab one of those and put it down on the end there, it goes up to 53%. And you can, of course, fill up this entire area with farms. So that's doable. You can also do the weird stacking thing where you can go up with scaffold blocks, go above and then put in again, and that works for the farm. I've never done that, simply because I think once you fill out a farm all the way and start adding extra workers to it, the chutes can't keep up without putting it. You need magic conveyor belts, which is a long way off, a long way off. However, we are out of grain straight away. So what we could do instead is plumb this farm into the grain mill. That would then give us grain for fertilizer for extending the farm, and then once the farm's kicked in and we've got things going, we could then build. We could then send it off to go into that grain mill instead. So I think I want to do that. I think I'm going to do that. and I'm going to run it across here, which blocks this road off, so they have to use the road. So let's grab a chute. Let's say we just want to put it into there. Now that won't work because it always goes straight on. Remember, always goes straight on. So in order to get this to work, I need to remove that, go into precision mode and put in a curve there, so it goes that way. Then want to put in a curve there, one there, and one there. But I also want to remove that, so let's remove that and put that one back in. There we go. Now that will prioritize this grain mill here, and then when that grain mill's full, this will all back up and it will then go off this way. So we've got an overflow. And I think that's pretty good. I think that's going to be good. This is obviously going to fill up on wool early, I think. If I set this one to be fertilizer, there, and then the first two slots can become wool, because the fertilizer will empty as I use it. Building the farms, if I put more tiles down, obviously, there we go. Then that would have emptied that barn with fertilizer, so that would move down to there. So yeah, and of course, the more farm tiles we add, the faster the farm goes. So the more grain this gets, so the faster it produces. So the whole process just speeds itself up. It just goes faster and faster and faster. It's exactly the same principle as obviously adding things. We can add workers to places to make them go faster. No point with that grain mill because it's not getting enough into it. I could add a worker to the farm. That increases it quite a lot, adding another worker, but does take away from your worker pool, so be careful with that. Yeah, overall, quite happy with that. I'm going to assign you to stone duty, I think I want to say. We'll put one on stone duty, that puts 3 on stone duty there. Got enough wood. You know what? You can go to food duty. For no other reason then, I just want to clear them trees out. That's it. But obviously that's going to go. That's the process going. So we're going from farm to grain mill. Grain mill via animal feed to a barn. The barn is feeding the pasture, and then the pasture produces wool and fertilizer and goes back to the barn. We could obviously produce beef or other bits and pieces here, but they consume more animal feed. So to start with, I'm going to have it on wool. We'll go slowly. We'll be happy, and then these top two can fill up with wool, and then we'll be fine. Always leaving, always setting up a filter on your barn's a good idea, because it means that, like for instance, this is our animal feed. If these two slots were full, it would then put in wool on the 4th slot. The grain mill could not output the animal feed, and your whole system comes to a stop. So, always a good thing to have. So, yeah. But I will leave that going. I will expand this farm out as we go, as things go on, and we'll make it quite large. And then we shall come back next episode and move on to forestry, I think, and try and figure out how that works and where we're going to put it and what we're going to do with it. I'm kind of tempted to clear out all them apple trees in there and put a forester in there, or just put a forester down here. We'll figure it out. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed one. Hope to see you again next time, and until then, as always, have fun.